In the world of smartphones, where new models arrive every year and prices keep climbing higher and higher, Apple has quietly set the stage for one of the most unexpected twists in its entire product strategy. The early 2026 release of the iPhone 17e is shaping up to be a turning point not just for Apple's mid-range lineup, but for the entire smartphone market. What makes this device fascinating is not just the leaks themselves, but the pattern emerging behind the leaks. Apple is deliberately creating a mid-range phone that comes dangerously close to beating its own flagship models in value, performance, and long-term usefulness. And for the first time in years, the smartest upgrade for millions of users might not be the expensive flagship. It might be the cheapest iPhone Apple releases next year. According to multiple new manufacturing leaks coming out of Korea, specifically from Apple's longtime display suppliers BOE, Samsung Display, and LG Display, Apple has already finalized its production pipeline for the iPhone 17e. The huge surprise is that BOE has secured the majority of orders, signaling Apple's strong focus on cost efficiency, mass production, and aggressive pricing. Even though the 17e is using the same LTPS technology from the iPhone 16e, the new model reportedly features thinner bezels, cleaner edges, and a more premium screen frame, giving it an appearance far beyond its price bracket. Apple is upgrading the design without upgrading the cost, a move that instantly shifts perception. Visually, the 17e looks like a device that belongs to the $799 to $999 tier. The single biggest aesthetic upgrade, however, is the removal of the iconic notch. Multiple industry insiders confirm that the dynamic island, once reserved only for Pro devices, is finally arriving on the 17e. This is a monumental shift in Apple's design language because Dynamic Island isn't just a hardware cutout. It's a software experience. It manages live activities, real-time animations, call notifications, Apple Pay interactions, timers, navigation bubbles, and more. Bringing it to the 17e means Apple wants the cheaper model to feel premium, modern, and visually aligned with the flagship lineup. This is not a small change. This instantly elevates the phone in the eyes of consumers. But the real reason the 17e is shaping up to be the best value iPhone ever made is not the design. It's the silicon. The internal chip powering the iPhone 17e is rumored to be the same A19 chip used in the premium iPhone 17 models. Let that settle in. Apple is preparing to put its newest, fastest, most AI-optimized processor into the cheapest iPhone of 2026. This move completely demolishes the old rules. Traditionally, Apple would give mid-range users an older chip or a toned-down version. But not this time. The A19 is expected to bring faster neural engines, improved machine learning performance, better thermal stability, enhanced efficiency for battery life, and the types of optimizations needed for the next generation of on-device AI. Even if the graphics chip is slightly scaled down, 4 GPU cores instead of the flagship's 5, the everyday performance for browsing, gaming, apps, multitasking, social media, streaming, and AI features will remain almost identical. This means users paying $200 to $300 less will get the same brain powering their phone as flagship buyers. In a world where tech companies try to push users into the highest price models, Apple is now blurring the line between mid-range and flagship. The camera system offers another interesting angle. Instead of trying to reinvent the rear camera module, Apple appears to be focusing on something far more practical: the camera people use the most. Social media, selfies, video content, Zoom, and FaceTime calls are all driven by the front-facing camera, and that's exactly where Apple is placing its priority. The iPhone 17e is expected to adopt the same 18-megapixel front camera found in the more expensive iPhone 17 lineup. This upgrade brings sharper images, better dynamic range, improved nighttime selfies, and cleaner video capture, all things the average user will appreciate every single day. As for the rear camera, the 17e is expected to retain the 48MP main sensor from the 16e. This isn't a compromise, it's a refinement. The 48MP sensor already delivered excellent results, and since Apple is focusing on computational photography enhancements, most people won't even notice the difference. What matters most is consistency, ease of use, low light accuracy, and color processing. And all those areas are expected to improve with the A19 chip. Production expectations tell the rest of the story. Apple is planning to ship nearly 8 million units of the iPhone 17e in the first half of 2026. That number alone confirms Apple's confidence. The company knows the 17e is going to appeal to a massive audience: students, budget buyers, casual users, older iPhone owners, and even flagship users looking for a strong upgrade without paying flagship pricing. More importantly, the 17e represents a new philosophy at Apple. The company is prioritizing value, longevity, and design consistency instead of overwhelming users with premium-only features. Apple is sacrificing less important specs like a 120Hz promotion display in order to preserve the essentials: a top-tier processor, a premium design, a modern display interface, and long-term iOS support. When you look at the big picture, the iPhone 17e is shaping up to be one of the smartest purchases of 2026. It delivers the essentials of a flagship without the cost, and it might even overshadow the more expensive models. In fact, early predictions suggest many iPhone 17 buyers may feel like they overpaid once they see how much value the 17e is offering at a lower price. If all these leaks turn out to be accurate, the iPhone 17 may become the hidden hero of 2026, a device designed for millions, priced for the masses, yet packed with enough power to rival Apple's most premium smartphones. This could be the phone that forces Apple's competitors to rethink their mid-range strategy. And ironically, it might also be the phone that makes Apple's own flagship customers question whether the expensive upgrade was worth it at all.